How's everybody doing on tonight? How's everybody doing on tonight? I hope that my volume is good. I hope that everyone can hear me and hear what I have to say. Yes, we're going to discuss a topic tonight on, I titled this video, How to Treat Yourself. Okay? And we're going to dig a little deeper because I'm not just talking about surface shit. Okay? When I say how to treat yourself, I'm not just talking about surface shit, right? I'm talking about really digging deep. Like, because we, some of us have a tendency of doing stuff to other people, right? Like, let me give you an example. Some of us have a tendency of making people feel like they're not that important, right? Or when you tell somebody you're gonna be there for them, or you're gonna show up for them at such and such a time, but you don't get there till an hour later, right? And then you got a whole bunch of excuses and reasons, right? Like stuff like that. Let me tell you something. Those things start with you. When you do those type of things to other people, when you do things to other people, those things are stored in you already. Okay? That's why we do them. That's why we end up treating people in a nasty way, right? Or doing nasty things to a person. We do stuff to people that we wouldn't want people to do to us, but we'll do it to them. Some of us will, okay? And I want to touch on that, right? Because that thing runs deep. It runs deeper than we even know, okay? Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You have to learn how to be respectful to yourself. When you don't know how to be respectful to yourself, why would somebody expect for you to be respectful to them when you don't know how to be respectful to yourself? Okay? That's just how they go. And some of us don't. Hello, Leo Lilo and Stitch. Hello, welcome to Lisa's Real Spill. And so, listen, you have to learn how to be respectful to yourself before you can be respectful to somebody else. Okay? If you don't have no respect for you, why would I expect for you to be respectful to me when you don't know how to be respectful to yourself? Same thing as love. If you don't love you, why would I expect for you to be able to love somebody else when you don't know how to love yourself? Think about that. It's me, Carolina. Hello, Carolina. And so I'm touching on this because we really need to, think about these things. Everything starts with self, right? And if you don't know how to respect yourself, if you are not obedient to yourself, right? If you don't love yourself, why would I expect you to treat me any other way? Okay? Because it all starts with you. So if you can't do those things to yourself, how you going to do them to somebody else? I need you to think about that for a minute. Okay? Some of us got to learn to give ourselves the same thing we would want somebody else to give us. Did you just catch that? I hope somebody just caught what I threw. I'm going to repeat that. We have to learn that we need to give ourselves what we would want somebody else to give us. You want somebody to respect you. Okay, respect yourself, right? Because these things show. These things is going to show. These things is going to show up and show out. Okay? If you don't have no respect for yourself, then how would somebody expect for you to respect them when you don't even have it for yourself? If you're not obedient to yourself, how would somebody expect for you to be obedient to them? You understand what I'm saying? This thing run deep, y'all. This thing run deep. Okay? And my thing is, I'm talking about it because we need to stop trying to deal with surface shit. And we need to go deep. We need to go deep where that trauma is hitting at. Okay? We need to go deep where you don't love yourself. We need to touch those areas. Instead of us want to play with surface stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you keep playing with surface stuff, you're not going to grow and evolve and elevate. And you're not going to learn to love you if you play with that surface stuff. Trauma keeps you from loving yourself. Trauma will keep you from loving yourself. It really will. That's why it's important that you heal. That's why it's important that you yes, I can do shout outs. What you mean when you say do shout outs? Like shout the people out that's in the chat as you come in or something? Explain what you're talking about, please. But I'm telling you, these things are so important. That's why some of us can't keep a relationship. That's why some of us can't find somebody right. Okay? Because you're not right. You ain't got you together. So how do you expect to find somebody that's right for you, right? That's got it together for you, and you ain't got it together for yourself? Come on, think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. Nice meeting you too. You know? Think about that. We really got to learn how to love ourselves because that's what stops us from being able to evolve and elevate. It's the fact that some of us don't love ourselves. And I'll tell you another thing. Some of us don't know how to be comfortable in our skin. You know? And a lot of times, some people can't be comfortable in their skin because they don't like who they really are. Think about that. They don't like the person who they really are. That's why they can't be comfortable in their skin. That's why they can't be themselves. I noticed a lot of people cover up. A lot of people be hiding who they really are. Because they really don't like the person. They really don't like themselves as a person. Mm-hmm. And listen, I get it. I get it. But check this out. You got to learn to fix yourself. You got to learn to go deep down within and fix that stuff that you got hanging around within you. See, a lot of us got baggage, and we don't, but the problem is we don't want to fix it. We don't want to fix it. We don't want to get rid of that baggage that we carry around. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We don't want to fix it. We keep it, and we keep hanging, we'll keep it hanging on to us and hanging on to us. And then when you realize you can't keep a relationship, you don't get along good with people, right? Then you start wondering, what's wrong? What is going on with me? That I can't keep a relationship and I don't get along with people. What's going on with me? Mm-hmm. It's that baggage that you carrying around. It's that trauma that you holding on to. You don't love yourself enough to want to fix yourself and want to be the best version of yourself. I'm telling you, the more that you tap into yourself and the more that you fix yourself, the better you're going to feel. I'm telling you, the better you will feel. Not only that, you will find that you will be able to connect with people better. You will find that you will be able to have a decent, healthy relationship. Okay? But you have to learn to fix you. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. A lot of people run from that. A lot of us run from that. We run from ourselves because we don't want to fix ourselves. We don't want to touch on the bad parts of ourselves. So we run from it. No, don't run from it. Fix it. Fix it so that you can do better and be better as a person. But I notice a lot of people run. A lot of people run from the things that they got going on with them. They run from it or they want to hide it. Or they want to hide it. No, don't run from it or hide it. Embrace it and fix it. Embrace it and fix it. Watch out. Watch out. My cat be getting on my nerves. But embrace it and fix it. That's what you got to learn how to do. Is embrace it and fix it. You know? That's what you got to do. But some of us want to run and hide from it. Running and hiding from it is not going to do you no justice. Because when you run and hide from it, all you doing is trying to cover it up. No, you gotta, expose it. You gotta expose it. You see what I'm saying? You gotta expose that stuff and talk about it so that you can get better with yourself. But what I noticed that a lot of people run from themselves. They don't want to hear it. When you start, I notice people can talk about everybody else, right? But at the end of the day, they don't want to talk about themselves. But they can talk about me, they can talk about you, they can talk about Boo Boo the Clown and everybody else. But when it's time for them to talk about themselves, they don't want to do that. They don't want to touch that. They get nervous, they get scared. Some people get angry. Some people get angry when you talk to them and you're asking them about themselves, to talk about themselves. When people don't feel good about themselves, they don't want to talk about themselves. I don't understand some people wanting to run away from trying to be the best version of yourself. I just don't understand it. Because that right there, everything starts with you. So your main thing should be to tap into you, to fix you from the inside out. See, some of us, we want to cover up, right? By putting on nice clothes, new tennis, name brand stuff, the little jewelry, and, this, that, the other. That stuff don't mean nothing if you ain't right within. Do you hear what I say? You can dress all that up, but at the end of the day, a person is going to see right through that shit. And who you really are is going to come out. It's going to show. I don't care how much you dress it up. And I don't care what you make it look like from the outside. Who you really are will come out. It's going to reveal itself. It's going to reveal itself. That's why some of us can't have a decent relationship. We can't have a healthy relationship. We don't connect with people well or none of that because you are not right within. You jacked up on the inside. That's why some of us got our mind on material shit. The name brand tennis shoes, the name brand clothes, blinging it, and all this kind of stuff. That's the reason why some people put so much onto that stuff. Excuse me, is because they covering up something. They covering up something. And they don't want people to see it. And they don't want nobody to know it. But let me tell you something. What's done in the dark comes to the light all the time. I'm here to tell you. Say what you want to say, but who you really are is going to come out. As soon as you get angry with that person, right? Or that person say something to you that trigger you, who you really are is going to show itself. Mark my words. Learn how to be who you really are. You know what I learned? Whether I'm good or bad, I'ma be me. Huh? It doesn't matter if I'm good or bad, right? If I have good or bad flaws about myself, I'm still going to be me. I'm going to be me. I don't want to go around faking and perpetrating. I want to be who I really am. And that's what I do. Let me tell you something. One thing about it, if you go here and be you, you're going to start to feel better about you. Okay? And the things that you don't like about yourself, you're going to start to change them. When you start really looking at you for who you really are. Not the person you covering up. Not the person you pretending to be, but who you really are. Okay? When you begin to be yourself and you see your flaws, right? When you start accepting you for who you really are, the things that you don't like about yourself, you will begin to change it. You will begin to change that person who you don't really like, the parts of you that you don't care for, you will begin to change it when you start to be you and be comfortable in your skin. Okay? Mm-hmm. But so many of us cover up, right? We want to cover up and hide stuff. And I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It's not going to work out in your favor. Because who you are is going to reveal itself every time. Who you really are will reveal itself. See, if you get comfortable in your own skin, you ain't got to go through all that. If you start to heal yourself, right, your traumas, like some people got traumas from their childhood, and it's okay. It's okay. We all, listen, we all got some shit that we had to deal with, or some people still dealing with it. But it's okay. It's okay. We are human. It's all right. But you still want to get to that place where you are comfortable in your skin and that you love yourself, your flaws and all, good, bad, or indifferent. You love you. That's where you want to get to. And then when you get there, you're going to realize that the parts of you that you feel as though is not very good parts of you, you can change those things. You can change them. It's not that serious. You can change that. But you need to learn how to accept you for who you really are first. You understand what I'm saying? You need to accept who you really are first. Then you work on changing those parts that you don't care for. Or those parts that you think are not so good, are not good parts of you. Then you start to work on to change those. But you know what I noticed? A lot of people are not comfortable in their skin. And a lot of people run or they try to cover up who they really are. Hmm. And I'm a firm believer that how you going to get to a place where you're good to yourself, right? If you don't take the time out to tap into yourself and work on those things. How are you going to change yourself if you won't accept who you really are? Not who you want to be, but who you really are. You got to accept that before you can be who you want to be. You got to be willing to accept who you really are before you can, change yourself to who you want to be. You see what I'm saying? But some people are stuck in their own way and they don't want to hear it. They don't want nobody telling them nothing. And then when the stuff hit the fan, then they're gonna be sitting somewhere thinking, man, somebody said this to me before. I just didn't want to hear it. Because that's the thing with a lot of people. They don't want to hear the truth. The truth is what helped you. Listen, the truth is what helps you evolve and elevate. Okay? You need to learn how to accept the truth about you. But a lot of people don't. They don't want to accept the truth. People get angry when you start speaking truth. They get angry. And I think it's so sad. I think it's really sad when people, get upset when you speaking the truth, when you speaking facts. Don't get mad about it. If the shoe fits, wear it. Okay? Wear it. Accept it if that's who you really are. Then you can work on changing yourself. But first, you need to accept who you really are first. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to do. They want to run around and act as if they one thing when they really not. They want to act like they one thing, but they really not. That's who they really not. They really not that particular person. And a lot of people do it. A lot of people act as if they're one thing, and then you find out they're somebody totally different. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all can hear me snacking. Excuse me. My daughter fixed me these chicken tenders, right? And they were so good. So if I was snack, if you heard me smacking, excuse me. But yeah, you got to be willing to accept you for who you are. Then you make changes. Then you can make changes and change yourself. But first, be willing to accept you for who you really are. Everybody got flaws, okay? Everybody got flaws. But you can always work on changing them too. You work on changing those things. It's not that serious, okay? People make it more than what it is. And I'm going to tell you what keeps people from being themselves. Because they worried about what somebody going to say or what somebody going to think. Let me enlighten you on something. Let me enlighten you on something. No matter what you do in this society that we live in, somebody's going to have something to say. Somebody is going to have something to say no matter what you do, how you do it, which way you do it. Somebody's going to have something to say because that's the world that we live in. And that's how people are. So you shouldn't even be worried about what somebody think, right? Because people talking about you now. The way you are right now, people talking about you. People are talking about you right now today, just the way you are. So if you decide to, change yourself, change the things that's not so nice about yourself and stuff like that, people gonna talk, they still gonna talk. They still gonna talk. That's the world we live in. This is the real world that we live in. Mother Hubbards is gonna talk about you. I don't care what you do. But what you gotta do is worry about you. See, that's the problem too. We be so caught up in what everybody else saying or what everybody else talking about, that we lose track on ourselves. No, you got to start getting caught up in you, making you a better you. I'm a firm believer if you spent time dealing with you and your shit, you wouldn't have time to deal with other people and what they got going on. Or you wouldn't have time to deal with other people and what they saying about you, worrying about what they saying about you. Who cares about what they saying about you? Free yourself. That's what you need to be doing. That's what you should be thinking about. Freeing yourself and breaking free of all that trauma and stuff that you're carrying around. Break yourself free from that stuff. That's what you should be worried about so that you could become a better person, right? If you're a mother, you want to become a better mom to your children. If you're a dad, you want to become a better dad to your children. You understand what I'm saying? Those are the things that some of us need to be worried about. But yet, we are so caught up in bullshit. We are caught up in bullshit most of the time. And that's why we can't get nowhere. That's why we can't get where we trying to get to. Because we too caught up in the madness. We too caught up in a bunch of madness. Hey, listen. I always thank the Most High because He has done so much in my life, okay? And I always thank Him. Yes, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and sometimes in the middle of the day. I'm always thanking Him and letting Him know how much I appreciate Him because He has brought me so far. Do you hear me? The Most High done brought me so far. Man, oh man. Because where I've been at in my life, I didn't think I would get to where I'm at today. But look at God. Look at God. Look what God can do. I was a dope fiend. I've been clean over 20 years. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I snorted dope, okay, for years. And now I've been clean over 20 years. I don't care. I don't worry about what people say about me. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Stop playing with me. I am free. And that's what matters. That's what make you feel good is when you're free. I'm free. I'm comfortable in my skin. I've done so much work, so much self-growth, self-development on myself. I feel good. Always room for improvement, but man, I look at me and I look at all the work I have done on myself, and I feel amazing. Okay? I really do. And I'm telling you, that's where some of us need to get to. We too tied up in bullshit. We worried about who gonna say something about me. If I tell my story, people gonna be talking about me, this, that, and the other. People gonna talk about you anyway. You trying to heal and free yourself. That's what you want to do. You want to heal and free yourself. You can't be sitting around worried about what somebody gonna say about you, or worrying about who talking about you. You ain't got time to worry about that. You should be worried about freeing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. That's it, and that's all. I don't worry about stuff like that. I got God on my side. I ain't worried about what somebody's saying about me because that's not important to me. What's important to me is how I feel about myself. That's what's important to me, the way I feel about myself. And that's the problem with some of us. We worry about the wrong thing. We caught up in the madness. And we worry about the wrong stuff. We really do. Some of us are worrying about the flashy clothes, you know, having on designer clothes and all this type of foolishness. Them shiny clothes, them name brand clothes, and the bling bling and the name brand tennis ain't gonna get you nowhere. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. I'm here to tell you. It ain't gonna do nothing for you. Nothing. That stuff don't do nothing for you if you don't feel good about you on the inside. Think about that. Think about what I'm trying to tell you. Think about what I'm trying to tell you. All that stuff don't mean nothing if you don't feel good about you on the inside. You see what I'm saying? Think about what I'm saying to you. All that stuff don't mean nothing if you are not a good person on the inside. Being flashy, wearing designer stuff and the bling bling and all that stuff y'all call it, you know, it don't mean nothing if you're not a good person on the inside. That stuff don't mean nothing. All it does is cover up who you really are. And I'm telling you, what's done in the dark comes to the light. And who you really are is going to come right out. It's going to jump right out there. As soon as you try to get into a relationship or something, right? And you make that person mad or they make you mad, the true you going to come out. The true you going to come out. We think we hiding it though because we got on designer clothes and we got on the name brand tennis and the bling bling. We think we hiding something. We think we pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. But you not. You not. Like I tell people, talk to people all the time. And like I tell them, you better wake up and recognize who you really are and become comfortable in your own skin. Stop worrying about the people that's talking about you. Because people going to talk. I don't care what you do. Even if you got all your shit together, somebody going to be talking. Because that's what people do. That's the life that we living in. You listen, you can't duck it out. So I don't care what you do and how you do it. Somebody's sitting back talking about you. People talk about me right now today. I don't care. I don't give a flute about what they say about me. All I care about is I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. That's what I listen. The people that talk about me, I look at them and laugh. I just smile. And most of the time I say, hey, how y'all doing today? Even though they talking about me. Hey, how y'all doing today? With a big old smile on my face. Because I feel good about me. I don't care what them people saying about me. And a lot of times it's the people that don't even know you that's doing the most talking. How about that? It's the people who don't know you that does the most talking. Or it's your siblings. Hey, I don't care nothing about that. I freed myself. I done did so much self-development on me, like doing work, inside work on myself, okay? And I feel good about me. And I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm telling you. It's a beautiful place to be. It really is. It's a beautiful place to be when you can be comfortable in your skin and don't care about what the world thinks of you. It's a beautiful place to be. I'm telling you. Don't wait till you get old to decide that's what you want to do, right? You should be doing that now. You should be being comfortable in your skin right now. That's something that you should be working on, is becoming comfortable in your skin and being and freeing yourself. And when I say free yourself, what I'm talking about is getting rid of all that baggage that you've been carrying around with you. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of all of that so that you can learn how to treat yourself. See, because you can't tell somebody else how to treat you until you learn how to treat yourself. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Oh, yeah. You cannot. Listen, you cannot tell somebody how to treat you if you don't even know how to treat you. That's the same way with love. How you gonna go and find somebody, right, to love you right when you don't even know how to love yourself right? Come on, come on, come on now. If I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong and tell me why I'm wrong. If you don't know how to treat you, if you're not good to you, right? If you're not obedient to you, how you gonna go and get somebody, right? Or find someone who can love you right, and you haven't learned how to love yourself right? Talk to me now. Talk to me. That's what I need to know. Because you know what? You know what irks me? I see so many people jumping into relationships, right? And the relationships might last a second, right? That's just a figure of speech, but you know what I mean. The relationship ends up ending fast. You know why it ends fast a lot of times? Because they weren't ready. They weren't ready. They wasn't ready for that relationship, but they jumped in it. They jumped in it, and then all hell broke loose because neither one of them was ready. You got to learn how to be good to yourself and treat yourself right before you go out here trying to demand for somebody else to treat you right. You got to learn how to treat yourself right. It just don't be making sense to me that people run out here and they be looking for love, right? But they haven't even learned how to love themselves yet. And that's why when people get in relationships and it don't last long, a lot of times that's why it don't last long. Because you wasn't ready from the giddy up. You wasn't ready. You was not ready. You was not equipped for that relationship. But you jumped into it anyway. Because some of y'all can't be by yourself. Some of y'all, you don't be ready for the relationship when you go into it. You don't be. Like I said, if you haven't learned how to love you, how you gonna go out there and get somebody else, you know, find somebody to love you? And you ain't learned how to love you yet. Make it make sense. Because you supposed to be in a position where as though you love yourself, you respect yourself, you're obedient to yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that you can find what you're looking for, but you want to find somebody that's going to be healthy for you. And if you're not healthy for yourself, how you going to find somebody to be healthy for you when you're not even ready? And I'm going to tell you another thing that some people deal with, being by themselves. Some people can't be by themselves. Their relationships are toxic, but they still cannot be by themselves. You know why? They haven't healed from their trauma. Okay? They turned around a lot of hurt and they haven't healed from it. And because they haven't healed from it, is the reason why they keep walking around saying the same thing over and over and over. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We got to do better as people, y'all. And we got to learn to tap into ourselves. Because you got to start believing in yourself. You got to start being your own best cheerleader. You got to stop looking for validation around you and start looking for validation within you. Okay? That's what you got to start doing. That's exactly what you got to start doing. But the reason why so many people look for validation outside themselves is because they haven't taken the time to fix themselves. They haven't done any inner work on themselves. Is the reason why so many of us look for validation in all the wrong places. Real shit. Real shit. You got to get to a point in your life where as though you love you and where as though you're comfortable in your skin. Some of you get in relationships and you just want somebody around because you're miserable when you're by yourself. You're not happy when you're by yourself. And that's bad. That's bad. But you know why you're not happy when you're by yourself? Because you haven't learned how to love yourself. You haven't learned how to be obedient to yourself. Like, seriously. And this is why things go down the way they go down. Loving yourself is the most important thing. Do you hear me? If you haven't heard nothing I said in this video, loving yourself is the most important thing. Okay? You need to learn to love you. I don't give a damn what's going on. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself and learn to believe in yourself. Like, seriously. Learn that. If you ain't learned nothing else, learn to love yourself unconditionally. For real. You have to learn to love yourself, good people. Because if you don't learn that, you're going to always be lost in the sauce. You're going to always be stuck in a rut. And listen, I feel like people shouldn't be looking for relationships or nothing until they fix themselves. That's just my opinion, and I stand on that. I stand on that. Why are you looking for somebody when you are jacked up yourself? But you out here looking for somebody to be in a relationship with. It doesn't make sense. And then some of you will meet a nice person, but because you're jacked up, you end up running that person off. Or you end up hurting that person because you're jacked up. You haven't fixed yourself. Hey, baby cakes, how you feeling? How you been doing? You know, we got to get to a place where we love ourselves. We've got to learn to love ourselves. That is so important. And I don't think people realize how important it really is to love on yourself. You've got to learn to love on yourself. Because you're not going to be, your relationship and nothing else is going to be successful until you learn to do so. Okay. Let me know when. You know I'm on board. Just let me know when. Yeah, I'm trying to pick my channel back up. You know? I'm trying to pick it back up. I did end up getting some other things started, you know? But so I came back. I said, well, I got a little time on my hand. Let me work on my channel some more, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. I love you too, baby. Let me know when you're ready. I'm on board, okay? You know I'm always there for you. Just let me know. Yeah, I would love for us to do a show together and really go into some deep stuff, you know? Go into some real deep stuff. Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. I'll reach out to you. Okay? Yeah. Let me tell you something. Queen Tulsa, let me tell you something. Since I've been on here, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Since I've been on here, y'all, Queen Tulsa, like seriously, we've been cool ever since we met each other. We have been cool with each other ever since we met each other. I have not met a person like her on here. Everybody I run across always switch up or flip flop. You know, they'll act one way and then you turn around and they start their flip flopping shit. You know, their whole attitude change. She been the same since I've been on here. She has been the same, like no joke. I gotta give her props. She been the same person towards me since we met. Seriously. Everybody else act funny and everything. Like seriously. Everybody else I have met did a fucking switcheroo on me. And when I say did a switcheroo, I'm talking about they acted one way at first and then they turned around and their whole attitude changed the next minute. That's why I don't bother nobody on here. Queen Tulsa is the only one that I talk to on here. I don't bother folks. I stay in my lane because I'm not a flip flopper. What you see is what you get. You see what I'm saying? I don't be doing no flip flopping on nobody. Queen Tulsa will tell you. I've been the same person since me and her been dealing with each other. I have never flip flopped on her or treated her, treated her bad or brushed her off or whatever. I've never done that, you know? Like, seriously. I enjoy you too, baby cakes. Yeah, that's my girl, for real. She always treat me with respect. We always respect each other, you know? And I like that. She don't show me nothing but love, and the same here, you know? But most of the people on YouTube that I ran across, all of them got some shit with them. And the only thing they think about is clicks and views. Clicks and views. That's all they think about. You know, they don't think about having a good relationship with a person. They be in it because they want to get the clicks and the views. That's it, and that's all. So then they try to create beef. I'm not beefing with you on no damn internet. I don't get down like that. You know. See, she said, yes, you're solid and knowledgeable. Thank you, baby. Yeah. We teach each other. We could teach each other. She knows stuff that I don't know. You know? That's how it should be. And I'm gonna tell you something. If we had more people like us, we could really, really do like some banging shows. Like seriously, we could really create some stuff, right? Because I look at some of the people on Twitch and all of them get together. It'd be a whole it'd be a whole mob of them. All of them get together and create content and stuff. All of them be getting together creating content. Don't nobody be jealous. You don't see them getting jealous and trying to fight over no clicks and views and all that. All of them get together and they create content. All of them over there on Twitch. And we could do the same shit. We could do the same thing over here. Seriously. We really could. We could do the same exact thing on here. But you got too many people that don't want to see you win. They scared that you might get ahead of them. So they don't want to attach themselves with you because then they thinking that they growing your channel. They giving you too many views, too many clicks and too many views. Just foolishness. Foolishness. A bunch of foolishness. But we could create listen, we could create a whole lot of content. I'm creating something for us. Okay. Okay, you know I'm in. Yeah. That's right. We could. If a lot of us came together, we could create all kinds of content. Let me tell you, over there on Twitch, they be coming together. They be renting houses and renting school buildings and doing big things, and they invite new streamers out so they can, so they can move up and stuff like that. That's what you do. You support one another so everybody can win. That's how you do that, you know. But over here, it's like a totally different world. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, she was cool. I liked it doing that show with her. Yeah, she was cool. Yeah, she sure was. But yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy over here. People be crazy. They be wilding out over here for me. I guess that's why I kind of tapped out of YouTube the way I did. Because, it was just, I don't know. Because I'm the type, I don't have a problem with connecting with people. And I think it's a good idea because, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. You can create more content like that. You got a whole lot of people. You can get up there and create mad content. The more people, the merrier. Seriously. They be getting their life on Twitch. And all of them come together oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm in. Yes, I'm in with that. Just let me know when you want to do it. I'm in, cause it's some stuff I want to say about that. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah. I was gonna speak on that a little bit tonight, and I changed my mind. You know. But yeah, I'm in. I'm in that. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, we gotta learn. We really do though. We have to learn to work together as people. We really do. And I'm not saying everybody like that, but I'm saying some people are like that. And I run across a lot of people that's like that, for real, for real. But we really got to learn how to work together and stop being so jealous and envy of each other. You know? That's why I left a lot of people alone after I got on YouTube, because everybody was acting like, yeah, 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 I might be up for a little bit. Yeah. Just let me know. Yeah. Just let me know. I'm in. I'm in. Yeah, but we do. We got to learn how to do better. That's what I be talking about. That's why I say you need to work on yourself from within. Everybody need to do some self-development, self-growth, okay? Because when you messed up, when your inner self is messed up, right? It stops you from being able to do a lot of things like connect with other people, knowing how to treat other people and stuff like that. When your inner self is messed up, it makes it hard for you to be able to do anything. You gotta heal first. You gotta take care of that your inner self. You gotta fix that so that you will be able to connect with other people. Like seriously. I done met so many people like that. That okay, okay, Okay. Yeah, because I'm getting ready to shut this down in a few minutes. So I'll be ready. Yeah, but I'm telling you, we gotta learn. We really need to learn how to be more supportive of one another. But what I've noticed is that some people are so jealous and envy of other people. And I think that's why we have such a hard time being able to work together. You know, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And it's tacky. I don't like it because I feel as though we should all be supportive of one another. You know? Okay. All right, I got you. We should all learn how to be more supportive of one another. We really should. But some of us, I don't know. It's like once some people get ahead, they don't want to reach back and help nobody out. See, I ain't out that mob. I don't do that. If I'm getting ahead and I can help somebody else, I'm gonna help somebody else out. That's just how I get down. You know, I get down like that. Always have been like that. Like seriously, I've always been like that. Where I'll reach back and help other people. You know, and that's what you got to do. You got to stop being so. We got to stop being so envy and stuff towards each other. You know, and learn how to reach back and help other people. If you getting ahead, why not reach back and help other people get ahead too? You know, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. But like I said, you gotta tap in to your inner self, and you gotta fix that. That's what's got you all messed up. Is your inner self. What's going on in your inner self that's got you all jacked up? Ask yourself that question. Get you a pencil and piece of paper and write that shit down. And ask yourself, what's going on with me? What is my inner self like? You know? And write it down, what you think, what you feel. Like, seriously. Ask yourself that. And then fix it. That's why we got therapy. That's why we got psychiatrists, stuff like that. Because I'm a firm believer. I think some of us need a psychiatrist, and some of us need medication. The way we think and the way we talk. Like seriously, mental health is real. Okay, I ain't saying everybody need it, but it's real, and it shouldn't be taken lightly. I tell you that. Mental health is real. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Because I'm a firm believer. I do believe that some of these people out here need it. They need a psychiatrist or and medication and stuff. Like no joke. I believe that. I really do. Because some people and the things that they say out their mouth and some of the things that they do is like mind blowing. It's mind blowing for real. But yeah. Well, y'all, I'm getting up off of here. I hope that somebody got something out of the conversation. I didn't mean to stay on here this long. Oh, I didn't mean to stay on here this long. I really didn't. It seemed like the time flew past. But anyway, I hope that somebody got something out of this, and I hope it helped you in some type of way. You have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next one. I'll holla.